We are going to get racing on the official first day of the UniCredit Youth America's Cup, although the French appear to be in a little bit of bother getting up, and here's hoping our Express L'Oreal Racing get going.
All teams on the big J1, so pretty much over range with these big sails. They wouldn't have had time to actually change from the big jibs, so all the teams potentially well and truly over range, which will be pretty exciting to get the boats around the track.
And massive waves, going to make any manoeuvring fully challenging.
Just remember, these are points-scoring races. 10 for a win.
Italy tacked, final approach for the line.
Americans really early there on the line. I'll be having to duck down.
Great Britain on the right-hand corner. Looks.
It is on day one, race one of the UniCredit Youth America's Cup.
Well, the best start was the Italian, 7 meters back, flying in the middle of the line.
Yeah, Kiwis, penalty there, they had to wash off and had a little spin out there, so they'll be on the back foot early and having to chew their way back through the fleet here.
Marco Gradoni on Luna Rossa, accelerating well. He needs to get enough distance so he can tack at that boundary.
Having boundary protection, they'll need to get the tack in, Shirley, and then clear the starboard tacker coming in just to windward of them, but behind, which I think they'll do pretty comfortably.
Great Britain tacked, joined them.
So the Italians in a really commanding position here. The British also, along with the Americans, the top three boats.
The easier board will be this one, heading out on port. Starboard is really problematic, but what we're seeing now, the boats down to leeward are in a big header, so that means the wind has gone to the right, but Italy have stayed in the left-hand breeze as they stretch their lead, so we've got sort of two breezes playing out as they come up to about halfway up the first one would be.
Luna Rossa Prada Pirelli in a league of their own on this upwind leg. They are fast and they are high.
So at the top mark for the first time in this UniCredit Youth America's Cup, it is Luna Rossa Prada Pirelli, one of the favourites to win the whole thing around that top gate, and they certainly have gapped the fleet at this point in the race. Remember, that's leg 1 of 6 as they head downwind.
Lovely bear away from the Italians.
And then it comes Emirates Team New Zealand, who had to wash off a penalty at the start, followed by Lingy Red Bull Racing, and they will round the mark and head downwind. But look at the lead that Luna Rossa Prada Pirelli has on the fleet. 28 seconds at that gate to
this is the
Athena Pathways.
Penalty France.
So France
this is
all sorts of bother.
France is disqualified outside the boundary more than 85 metres.
Wow. Straight up. Disqualified. No points for France in race 1. They're gone from race 1.
A massive blow for Orient Express. I think there's something not quite right with the boat. Huge disappointment. Yeah, disaster of a leg for Great Britain. Rounded the top mark in second. Had a touchdown during a manoeuvre. It is so wavy, Glenn. I mean, just give us an understanding how tricky it is in these quite small boats and these massive waves.
Yeah, huge job trimming the sails in these conditions, and obviously steering the boat tricky as well, but the boat really moving up and down vertically and sideways quite a bit, so big job for the trimmers there. You see how much those sails are moving.
Looking at Luna Rossa, they look really locked in, and we had that lovely view of trimming of the mainsail, tiny adjustments, and really seem to have found a groove.
Let's go to Chase Zero, Peter Lester. What do you like about what the Italians are doing right now?
It just reminds me of when we were in Jeddah last year when Marco Gradoni really threw down a marker, and that was in the big game against all the America's Cup teams, and he's just picked up, from where he was in Jeddah in similar sort of conditions with pretty solid breeze. All the boats are overpowered, but Marco Gradoni really showing the art of how you sail an AC40.
Fly it like you stole it.
Yeah, he's quite a talent, Marco Gradoni, but his 3 teammates were not with him in Jeddah. They are brand new and have really had to bond and get the best out of the AC40.
So Luna Rossa, Prada Pirelli, they've led the feat from the start, and they will now complete the halfway mark of this opening race in the UniCredit Youth America's Cup. They're doing it with style too, but why wouldn't you? You're Italian, you're all about style, but boy, they are flying this AC40 beautifully. And let's be blunt, it's gone from nothing to challenging conditions straight up.
Yeah, sailing the boats, particularly upwind with the big J1s as they do a big touchdown there on board Italy. They've still managed to keep the rig in the air though, and the foils in the water.
3 legs completed by these teams, 3 still to go. Wow, that's what they're dealing with.
On a big touchdown there on the Italians. They've got to get the boat popped up again. Looks like they've really slowed down there for whatever reason. And back up and going there. So not sure whether the cant just went under a little further than they were hoping or what was going on there, but a big loss there compared to the Americans, but they're up and going again now.
It looks like it's getting harder and harder. We've had a slight increase in wind speed. We've now got 15, 16 knots.
Well over range now in these conditions with the J1 on board. So you'd normally be on a J3 now, so you'd actually be 2 jib codes down from where they are sailing at the moment. So
too much power.
Got too much power at the moment. Too much power at the front of the boat. You can see how twisted the jib is there. Everything absolutely maxed out. So all the teams really having to survive to get these boats around the track here at the moment. And it's the Americans there struggling to keep the boat under control.
Well, the sea state's not helping anything at the moment as Luna Rossa Prada Pirelli bolts to the top gate for the last time. But hang on, we're not done with yet. Both boards are down as they get around. Wow, watch the mark, lads.
A full safety bear away here.
And they're on the homeward leg. They're looking at that first 10 points in the opening race of the UniCredit Youth America's Cup. Luna Rossa Prada Pirelli on fire right now, followed in by American Magic, representing the New York Yacht Club. In comes Athena Pathways, Great Britain. Mind you, they are now being chased as Alinghi Red Bull Racing have found a little bit of speed on that upwind leg. They'll go opposite marks and head on down for the final leg of the 6-legger. Whoa! Okay.
They'll have to build speed here and get foiling before they turn the boat downwind here. Alinghi Red Bull Racing, so need to take off and not turn the boat down while they're slow there.
Okay, I have the boundary here. Have to tank. I cannot press here.
Last job there for the Italians, surely. They'll be wanting that finish line to come at them as quickly as possible.
Yeah, the toughest of conditions, but an absolute masterclass by Marco Gradoni and his team.
Beautiful job, for sure, from the Italians.
In the opening race of the UniCredit Youth America's Cup, Marco Gradoni and Luna Rossa Prada Pirelli have done a job on the fleet. It's start to finish
penalty Switzerland
for Luna Rossa Prada Pirelli, and the maximum 10 points they get. Confirmation then of fleet race number 1 in Group A, the America's Cup teams, and Luna Rossa Prada Pirelli put on a show, a win by 1 minute and 3 seconds from the second place team, which was the New York Yacht Club's American Magic.